Well, I would say, like, I mean, I think at least in terms of top level tournaments, there's no reason you can't hold them online versus in person. It's very clear that the cheating measures that have been established are more than adequate. And then secondly, a player to do that and risk their career would be like, they would just get banned permanently. So I think when you add that in, you know, as long as there's full confidence and you know that nothing what do you call it, nefarious is going on, then I see no reason you can't have tournaments online, because it cuts down on the expenses. Like organizers, even, can you imagine, like, if you think about a first prize of like $50,000 in a tournament, if you have to spend, like, you know, $30,000 putting up the players, you know, airfare, all these other things, and you can put that just in the pot for the prize pool, it's much better.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jan plays the French.
No,
big
it was
difference.
a Sicilian.
Oh, it was an Alpin. So it's like Anish heard me and he goes back to the Alpin.
Yeah, but funny because Anish makes it a French. So
that's funny.
He could have taken on d5, but he turns it into an advanced French.
That is really funny. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So what's he do? E takes f6, I guess. Queen takes f6. Castles, maybe.
Since when is this the meta of the advanced French? Bishop d7, knight e7. Like, Wesley did this also.
Oh, I mean, come on, man. This has been around forever. I very fondly remember my game against Ildar Ibragimov in the final round of the 2005 United States Chess Championship. I was tied for the lead with Alexander Shapunsky. I had the white piece against Ildar, and I had to win this game. And he played Bishop d7, knight g7, Levy. So it's been around for a long. Yeah, I did win. Yeah, that was my first U.S. championship. So yes, I did win. Of course, Shapunsky won his game too, so I had to play a tiebreaker against him. But I remember the game because it was a very tense game, and there was actually a puzzle rush at the end of the game too, which is in it's in puzzle rush. The tactic is in the database here on chess.com.
I have a question. What the hell? Where the hell is Ildar Ibragimov now?
He used to live in Connecticut. I think he went back to Russia or one of the republics. I'm not sure, but I don't think he's in the U.S. anymore.
Oh.
And Levy, the reason I said I won, of course, was because I thought you knew that was the year that I won my first U.S. championship.
I figured, yeah, you were alluding to that, but no, when I played the advanced French, I always played it with Queen b6. I never. That's another way to do it.
I remember in the really old days, like in the 90s, like the mid to late 90s, Jay Bonin would always play Queen b6, d4, Bishop d7 against my stepfather. And they had a huge amount of games with like Bishop e2, Bishop b5, c4.
Oh my God, Jay Bonin. Yeah, Bonin had his pet lines. It was always better to get Bonin with white because he was always a lot less solid with black. Chat, y'all don't know.
By the way, the computer is very savage.
I know.
It says knight g5 and just sack a juicer and you're winning. There's
savage. A 0% chance that happens.
That's hilarious. It's saying queen f8 and then you go like knight f6. You don't even go for checks. You just go like knight f6. Wow. Yeah, there's 0% chance. Yeah. No human ever does that.
Even if it was Nepo with white, he would not. Knight g5 is way too risky. I mean, just give away a full piece. I don't know.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
God, man, but Nepo's ability to just make a game a dogfight is like.
Yeah, I know it's pretty remarkable. He's actually got a pretty. I think his position is okay if he goes knight f5 here, because it's like white doesn't want to take, because then your knight's under attack, and also after knight f5 you can then maybe go queen g8 h7 and try to play down the h file too.
That's isn't that like a Yusupov did it the other way, or did he do it this way? I don't remember.
Wait, Yusupov what?
Yusupov had a famous French game where he like moved his queen to either a7 or h7. I do not remember to which way.
This I don't remember, probably because I haven't looked at the French enough, or the advanced specifically.
But I don't remember either. I just know that he moved his queen.
Yeah, this is the game, you guys.
It still wants knight g5, dude. It still wants knight g5. There's no way he plays knight g5.
Yeah,
all right,
that's just not. No, I mean, come on, that's not human. Let's be serious.
What? It's still, how does it still want knight g5?
Welcome to modern day chess. Welcome to modern day chess, where computers basically shows how bad we are. That's all modern day chess is. It's like the anti ego flex every time you play chess as a human.
You know, the thing is, you see, as a human, you guys see the move. Like, you see that it's a move, and you see that, like, you open the king. But you will never convince yourself to play that move, because
Right. No, of course it's not a realistic move.
Like you see it, you're like, okay, I can open my king and maybe get the knight to f6, but I have no compensation there, and the computer's just like, okay, he does it, but he does it in a different way. He sacks a piece. Anish Giri has sacrificed a piece, but not the right way.
Yes. Okay, so now what? Bishop c5, I guess.
Yeah, but see, what is, because now
Queen
you activate
F3?
the bishop.
I mean, it's still not clear, mind you. It's probably still very sharp, but yeah, it looks wrong. Yeah, he went the wrong way with his horse. He needed to go towards the edge, not towards the center. But you know what, Levy? Towards the center makes more sense in a way, because you close down the center. There's no pawn push anymore.
Yes,
but I mean, but still, yeah, this is pretty random.
Yeah, and see, even now the computer just wants bishop. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
no, but bishop g5 makes sense now because there's no other move that makes sense. You know, queen f3 is bad, knight f6 doesn't look right, so now you know bishop g5 is right. But again, it's, I mean, the one thing I would say here, however, is in Blitz, if you're the player who's attacking, even if you sacrifice material, it's generally easier to play when you're attacking than on the player who has like the extra material and has to defend. So I do think that it's still, I mean, even though with perfect play Jan is winning here, I don't think it'll be trivial.
You think so? Because I feel like when we're talking about Jan, it doesn't matter. Like, I feel like he's a stubborn enough defender that.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying the ideas are easier for your opponent. Like, you can't just play instant moves for the most part.
Yeah, well,
because if you blunder, you lose the game.
We're seeing that. I mean, he's down a minute, right? He's down a minute, so
yeah.
Cool game. Knight e5 was a. Yeah, computer is just convinced that you go knight f5, bring the bishop back to e7, and cocoon.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is that rook h5 and queen h8 look strong, I think. I mean, I don't know, or knight f5. I mean, I'm sure black is winning here. It's just a question of the right coordination. You see, Jan is using time because, again, I'm sure he knows that he must be winning here somehow, but you have to be very careful because there are no automatic sort of moves in this position, and your opponent has obvious moves like queen f3 or knight here. Yeah, like queen f3 now. I mean, this is kind of exactly what I was saying. Queen f3.
Yeah, it was not one of the two moves. Knight f5 or rook h5 he had to play.
What?
That was
d4 and open up. What on earth is rook c1?
He missed d4. He must have missed d4. I mean, you don't just let the guy open up the bishop, right?
That's insane. How do you not play queen f3 check? I mean, queen f3 and knight f6, and even if it's not good, you have to do that. I mean. Yeah, now I think you just lose. Now you just lose because the whole thing peters out into a lost position, I think, because now the knight's going to come to f5, bishop e4, just trade, and bishop b6 and knight f5.
Yep. Yeah, Anish must have missed d4. I mean, it just doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly what I said. Knight f5, and yeah, now I mean maybe you have knight f6 and knight d7 or something. It's the last hope though. Knight f6 knight d7. Yeah, also, yeah. As the great saying goes, you miss 100% of the checks that you don't make. So yeah,
it's crazy. I don't know why. Okay.
That's I guess queen d7's no, but I mean this can't. Just rook c8. No, I mean rook c8 even. Is rook c8 bad or am I just crazy? Isn't rook c8 with bishop e7 just GG's? Basically, because your king is completely covered by the two ponies. Yeah, and he plays it. Yeah,
that's nuts.
I mean, unless you do some in-between move like bishop f6 here to hit the rook and force the rook off the h file, maybe, or off the coordination with the rook on c8. That's the only thing I could see is like some bishop f6, but still rook g8, and I just don't see it here. I just don't see it. Yeah, I just don't see it. This final could have been avoided if Hikaru and Carlsen didn't mess up. Very funny. Okay, so bishop f6 played, so rook g8 here I think is a good move.
Damn. Someone said mate in 2 for black, queen h6, queen h1.
Yes, hang your queen. I
don't know, guys, please. I mean, this is the most avoidable blunder in chess, the one mover, the piece where it can be taken. Please stop doing that.
Exactly. Yep.
Like, if you're still doing that, it's good news actually for your chess.
I mean,
it means you
by the way, look at the time though. Jan is getting low. But if he finds rook g8, I think it's safe, because then he has obvious moves like bishop e7, and it should just be winning. I think this is the last moment. He just says, oh no, he blundered queen d7. Oh no, what was that? He hung the, oh no, he just hung the rook on c8. Oh no. Oh no.
Knight e7, maybe?
You just taken, you have rook f4. Knight e7 takes knight e7, rook f4, you just lose. Oh man.
That's crazy.
Oh man. And king g8, you take e6, and then f5 falls. Oh man.
Yeah, you just forgot about x-ray on c8.
Or did you just forget about rook f4? I mean, like, queen d7 is such an obvious move though. Wow.
Oh, everything falls. Literally everything.
Yeah, I mean, just rook f4. I mean, the whole house just, the whole house just collapses.
That's nuts.
Levanderiter just subscribed. Hello.
Wow, just knight f6 now, and it's just over. On queen g8, I mean, I guess knight f6, you have rook g7. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, rook g7.
Now, as long as you don't blunder d3 and some weirdness on f2 and g3, be careful about that.
Oh, it's...
But I mean, with 8 seconds or 7 seconds, I just don't see it happening. Even queen d7 here, I think is good enough. Okay, queen h8, he wants rook c8, I guess.
Oh, it's queen h5.
Queen
king f8.
5. No, king f8, rook c8 wins.
Ah, but here you have rook g4.
Rook g4, yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Wow. Wow, what a game. What a game. And Jan resigns.
That's well, that was a that was not a great game. I mean,
yeah,
it was.
I mean, what can you say? What can you say? I'm amazed. I'm amazed that he didn't play rook g8, because that's when he had all the time. I mean, I'm guessing Jan forgot and he thought there was some knight h6 trick, or he saw something like knight h6 here. He saw something like queen d7 and he forgot he could block with the bishop.
Unpopular opinion, maybe, but I'm unsatisfied with how that ended.
I am too.
Like, if Giri wins the whole thing now, I don't know. It just seems disappointing. Like,
I know, I agree.
But that's not me hating the players. It's the format. I mean, you go down to this bullet Armageddon on the 9th day of chess. It's gonna be low quality. It's 9 days.
Yeah, no, it's very true. I mean, it's just unsatisfying because it feels like the play was so high for the most part throughout this match, both matches, yesterday and today. But you know, on the other hand, again, this is what I was saying. By the way, this is one thing that I would add, because earlier I was talking about Daniel Naroditsky. One of the things that's really important to know is, like, for example, this game that Anish won, if this was a classical game of chess where both players have a lot of time on the clock, Jan wins this game 100% of the time after, like, this knight f5 move. He wins this, maybe, yeah, after knight f5, I think he wins this like 100% of the time. But because it's blitz and both players don't have a lot of time, when you're on the attack, even if it's unsound, your opponents use a lot of time and the moves are not obvious, and that makes a big difference, which is why which is why when people talk about, like, you know, like they talk about Daniel, his blitz is amazing, but what he does in blitz, even in rapid, it'll still work to some degree, but it doesn't work as effectively as it does in blitz, because generally the players will be able to defend accurately against these sort of barbarian attacking ideas. But I am shocked that he played rook h7. He must, you know what I think it is, after rook g8 queen d7, I think he forgot he had bishop e7, so he only saw like knight e7 there. But if you only see knight e7, you still see that rook f4 wins. So what did he, I mean, maybe he missed that the knight h6 wasn't a move. I mean, he must have missed something in here with knight h6. He must have thought there was some gambit like takes bishop e7 and knight h6. He must have just forgotten that the square was covered, because otherwise, I mean, it's inexplicable. Because queen d7 is the huge threat, right?
Alfino just subscribed. Oh yes.
In most lines, queen d7 is just winning. So
yeah, so it's very strange. I wonder what he saw. He must have hallucinated some knight h6 trick. That's all that I can think of. And he wasn't actually pressured for time, because he had like a minute. He had like, what, a minute or a minute 10 seconds? Oh, I've got a clip. I'm gonna watch the clip. Let's see the clip
of Nepo.
Yep.
Well, somebody link it here.
For sure. 1 second.
Chat, y'all know what to do. I'm trying to see an angry Nepo as well, please.
Miracle there.
Wow.
He's pulled off a miracle there.
Wow.
Nepomniachtchi, look at his eyebrows. He suddenly realizes 18 seconds left as well. He's blundered. There's no way to block that check without losing some material. Yeah, Nepomniachtchi now, he's completely stuck. Whether he takes with the bishop, the queen, or the knight, whether he recaptures White's bishop in any way, there are consequences. I think he's about to lose a rook. Nepomniachtchi in huge trouble.
2 seconds, 1 second. Okay, he just made his move. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's pulled.
I haven't had a chance to watch it. 1 sec.
No, it's all good. You can watch on your end too.
I have to crop it. It's probably going to be what you expect. No, it's crazy. I mean, it's just one move and there goes 20 grand potentially.
Right,
like.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's insane. Yeah. Yeah, it's, I mean, pretty rough. That's chess, as they say, right?
Wet Sofa just subscribed.
Yeah.
There was I'm a lip reader. I think he said some colorful Russian prose.
Oh, you could understand the Russian?
3 months. Poggers.
I mean,
okay.
You know, it's there was definitely a blend, some other word in there, you know. So
okay. Okay. Yeah, anyway, the thing though is Jan has white at least. He's got white after that, so even though he loses the first game, he has white and he'll have his chances to come back here in the second game. But wow, the crazy game. But that's why in Blitz, even if you're technically losing, if it's an attacking position where there are complications, it's never over until the fat lady sings. Because anything can happen. You get low on time. I mean, it's just the moves aren't obvious. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
they play another game. Yeah,
it looks oh, there we go. Jan goes b3. Here we go.
Oh, they started right away. Really? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. b3. Yeah,
could be the last game. b3.
So I guess bishop b2, knight f3 here.
Yeah, what's he
I
gonna
love
play?
chat. They're trying to say that I'm like fat shaming or something. Like, it's a saying that's been around for the last 100 years. Like, it's like one of those most common sayings.
Hikaru, within a year, it won't be a saying anymore.
What's that?
It's gonna not be a saying pretty soon. Like, you know, sometimes it's like funny when I read these things that come out about, you know, like things that we've kind of accepted, but it's actually pretty crazy. The history of some of our sayings or some of our like, it's pretty nuts. Like how deeply rooted they are in just like backwards thing. It's like, it's crazy. You ever like read into some of that stuff? Some of the stuff it's like, but I can't think of an example. But
okay, well, yeah, whatever. Everything is wrong apparently. That's what's wrong with the world today. Anyway, okay. Yeah. All right.
Oh, somebody said, isn't the fat lady sings literally just about the opera? Oh.
Well, isn't there a saying it ain't there's that saying, isn't it? It ain't over.
Yeah. I know. I mean, but what is Jan doing, by the way?
Yeah, it's a colloquialism, which means the outcome event, which is still in progress. Yeah, I mean, it's of course.
That's a big word.
Yeah, and it's used in sports. I mean, come on, what's the big deal? Knight c4. Okay, so what is Jan doing? He's trying to get a double stack of pawns on the c file again. I don't like this though, because I think black can take and go knight d4. Okay, he goes rook d8, which also makes sense. But now queen e2, and you're not going to end up with double pawns anymore.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't just take on c4, but
but still, after queen e2, knight d4 looks pretty lovely too. Oh no, it doesn't, because you can take with the bishop, and I can't take because then I lose the pawn. So I have to take with the e pawn, and then it gets dangerous because now your pawns are rolling in the center of the board. That's actually a big mistake by
what the
one? What is that? Oh, you know what Jan's trying to do? He's trying to wait. What is? No, I thought he was trying to go c3 and reroute his knight around, like bishop c4, castles, and like I don't know, c3 and just like rotate the knight around. But it's, I mean, to get it to e3 and d5, but it's just way too slow because takes and just castles, and if c3 just knight a5. No, what I mean, this is crazy. Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I think Jan forgot on queen e2 knight d4 wasn't a move. I think Jan just saw what Jan saw is queen e2 knight d4 cd4, and black's just much better. But I think he forgot that he could take with the bishop, and cd was not available. That's why I didn't go queen e2.
I'm shocked. I mean, this is like, what is the structure?
I mean, it's if he can get the knight to e3, if he can get the knight to e3 or c3, he has an outpost on d5. The problem is, can he do that with this weakness on c4? Like if Anish plays knight d4, which is a terrible move, then you can rotate the knight around to d5. But if Anish doesn't move the knight to d4 and doesn't give you this development plan, like, yeah, he's gonna go knight b6, knight a5, and he's doing what Magnus tried to do against Wesley in the first game, gang up on the isolated double pawn on c4 here. And this looks really bad, really bad. I mean, maybe you can go like a4. I mean, this just doesn't look right. I'm just gonna say it doesn't look right.
I was drawing the movement of the knight from f3 to d5 a few times. And now people in the chat are telling me it's illegal.
But now knight d4 is GG, because knight d2, bishop g5, and now you no longer have the square for the knight on f1, and then you lose because of the fork on f3.
Oh,
yeah, bishop g5. Yeah, GG. Yeah, GG. Game over.
Oh my God, he just completely tilted.
Yeah, you just lose.
Tekiovu_7 just subscribed.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not even like they're low on time, so there's just nothing. I mean, nothing to be done here. You just lose.
Okay, takes, but bishop
d2. Yeah, and I mean, rook d1, cd4, rook d2, knight c5. What a bastion on c5. Just b6, plant it forever. And oh man, mamma mia, what a great position for black. Oh, this is great.
Yeah, the worst part is that Nepo has to win. He doesn't even have to like not lose. He has to win.
I mean, he's still gonna, he would lose this even. I mean, he would lose this even if that wasn't the case. But yeah, this is so gross. Yeah, I mean, g6, f5. You've got like the greatest knight ever on c5 here. You just plant the pawn on b6. Knight is permanently glued there. Nothing to remove it. No pawns. Oh man.
No, that's I'm sad, man. I mean, I don't know. This just seems like such a, but credit
I'm sad
to
on the one hand that the Blitz games seem to be a little bit anticlimactic. At the same time, I think Anish was the better player overall, so I think he is the deserved winner of this event.
That's true.
So I will say the player who played better is going to in the end win the match. And I think at the end of the day, that's kind of what you want to see, the player who played better. And yeah, there's like literally like 2% chance that Anish loses this game.
This is a major. This is the second major, right? Well, so that means when he wins, he makes the finals.
Correct. Yes.
Oh, it's a big win. Wow. So it's Anish and
Timur.
Wesley?
Timur won the last
major. Oh, Timur won the last major.
Wesley won the minors.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, he won the 2 minor events, but now we have the this is a major event. Damn. Okay, Anish.
Yeah.
Someone's asking who would win in a fight, but you didn't give me the participants. I mean, Anish and Nepo?
I feel good that Jan has the upper hand in that against Anish.
Yeah, I think if this got physical, I feel like Anish a little small. I don't know. You know,
he's tall. But he's skinny.
He's a tall guy, but low center of gravity or high center. I don't know what I could see Nepo hitting him with the uppercut, maybe the takedown. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, Nepo. There was a fight in the UFC last night, which was it was pretty uneventful, but one of the fighters got very frustrated toward the end because they were just being laid on, like they couldn't get out from underneath the other person, and when the fight ended, they were like, I'm gonna follow you home. And then she straight up was like, I'm gonna follow you home, like you better watch out, and with some bad words too. I was like, holy crap, like he was mad, dude. See, like Nepo after the match, like, you better be careful. I'm gonna follow you home in Russia when I see you.
Isn't just queen a5 just winning next one? Just like actually d3 is hanging too. Yeah, it's just over. I kind of think Jan might just resign here, honestly. I don't know.
Queen a5, yep. Queen c3. Oh man.
Yeah, just go back. Queen c7 and b6. No need to do anything. Just queen c7 and b6 and just like
And Anish won connect 4.
yeah.
He's got g7 to d4.
Yeah, this knight on c5, just what a dominant knight. Yeah. There's just nothing you can do. Just b6 plant the knight and then a5 a4 a3. There's just nothing you can do. Literally nothing you can do. I mean, even knight takes d3 is fine, but even a5, I mean, everything wins here for black. Also, f5 is dangerous too because takes e4. I don't think he'll play it, but I mean, it's that'll every move wins here basically.
I know, it's so bad. I mean, you can just trade queens and play like b6, and you'll never.
There literally are what, like 4 moves that lose in this position. Everything else is good. Like every other move, there are 4 moves only if you hang the rook on b2 a1, or you hang the knight on b3, or you play like queen b6. Every other move, and I think you're still better. Maybe knight e4 also, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just like just nothing. I don't know why he went rook a5. That was a little bit unnecessary. Just b6 was good enough.
So if Anish just plays rook a2, rook a5 for the rest of the game, like
yeah, there's nothing. There's rook a3. I love that by Anish. He plays rook a5 for the troll, and then he goes rook a3 back. Now he should go b6. I would just go b6 here probably. Although he's making a touch, there's still a slimmer of some kind of weird thing happening. I
don't like that move.
Really. I don't like it. I mean, within the framework of how much better he is, but still, just knight d3, rook d3. I mean, there's just nothing you can do. It's just that bad. Could a computer still win or draw this with white? No, because actually if any of us was playing against computer, we would have gone b6 for sure, just to stabilize knight on c5. No, I would say probably around the time knight c5 is played, I don't think any, I think all of us would beat a computer from this position probably once the knight gets to c5.
Wow. Jan looks chill. He doesn't even seem upset. Well, sometimes it hits you after, you know.
True.
But then again, he also gets 40 grand. So
yeah, it's not that bad. So hard to complain. Okay, 2 pawns. Yeah, just takes rook d3, and I mean, you pretty much just resign here, I think.
Yeah. So the top engine move after knight takes d3 was queen g3.
Really?
So like the computer would play some stupid stuff like that, and just, you know, queen c4, you run into rook b7, and
yeah, no, I mean, you just don't do that. And yeah, rook e3 is good. I mean, anything is good enough at this point. But yeah, impressive, very very impressive by Anish.
Yeah.
Even though the sack was wrong and he should have probably lost that first game, I like that he was willing to make the sacrifice with knight e5. Yeah, it's yeah, impressive for Anish. You think too highly of yourself. Well, it's not about thinking highly, it's that the knight on c5 is outpost and there's nothing white can do about it. That's the reason.
Oh, you mean in the matchup versus the computer?
Yeah, I'm saying after you get knight c5 on move 19, I don't think a computer would be able to draw this against a human. Because there's no counterplay is the reason. You can just go b6 and plant the knight on c5. But yeah, but I will say after queen b1, I'm pretty sure that in this position after queen b1, bishop c4 bc4, we would still lose to a computer every time. In this position after queen b1 bc, maybe not lose every time, but I don't think we would win this position. We definitely would not win this position for sure. So yeah,
I just saw something hilarious in chat. They said the best chess boxing commentator would be Peter Lecco, and I don't even disagree with that. I would love to see Peter like, okay, and he's hit him with the left hook, and then he's just like, and then he goes, oh man, I want Peter Lecco for chess boxing commentary. That'd actually be so awesome. Peter's got to outsource his work. Damn, I mean, not outsource, expand.
Yeah, so now f3, f2, and rook e1, just end the game. I mean, I think this game's going to be a draw, by the way, but just f3, f2 is the last really gasp for white here.
Poor Jan, but he gets his 40 grand, and
yeah, I mean, again, I think Anish was the better player overall. So I mean, I think it's really hard to be that unhappy. Okay, rook e2 now, or rook e2 and then d3, d2. I mean, everything just wins here. Yeah, actually, you know what's funny? After rook h2, rook cc7, you can just go f2 because the rook holds the pawn on h7 at the end. So yeah, just rook h2, rook c7, and f2 takes king h8, and the rook holds it, and now you're going to check and win the game. It's kind of beautiful.
GG. Anish. Anish might also find a way to
draw it.
Well, not like because he's a niche, but because like it's, I don't know, it's like the respectful thing to do or whatever. I don't know. Because he already won one, but like right now,
F2,
literally.
F2. Yeah, like rook g4 instead of f2. Nah, he'll play f2 though. It's too obvious. Yeah. And Jan resigns. Yep. Wow.
And we have a champ.
We do have a champion. Anish Giri wins the Magnus Carlsen Invitational.
It's fitting. It's fitting the tournament they name after him, he wins. Not the others, you know, the air things and the whatever. All those names, opera. He doesn't win those. Only the tournament they name after him, he wins.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
GG.
No, I mean, very, very impressive overall. I mean, I think that the only thing that I would say that's negative about this is for Anish is the nerves, because I think the nerves played a big role in that fourth game, and he's going to really need to control his nerves in the candidates tournament. Like that's going to be very, very critical. If he controls his nerves in the candidates tournament, I think he has a good chance, but he has to control his nerves. Because like in this tournament, he didn't really do it, but in the candidates, the margin is so slim that in one game, even if you get that winning position, you mess it up, or if you're on the verge of winning, you mess it up, that can be the end of the tournament where you don't have a chance to win. So that's the only downside I would say, but overall, Anish was very deserving winner. His play in this final especially was, well, not even this final, but his play against Wesley after losing the first game from a winning position was exemplary too.
Yes.
Like I forgot about that. He lost the very first game from a much better position to Wesley in their first match, and then after that it was all Anish the rest of the way. So I mean, Anish played really, really well. I mean, you could say both of them did, Anish and Jan, but certainly in the case of Anish in this final match, I think he was overall just a better player, so very deserved.
I already see everybody going to Twitter awaiting the
waiting the customary tweet. Yes,
but he'll probably give some interview, but